And you're gonna be stuck in that bubble, that square, that zone, and you will forever be labeled that. You're never gonna get out of it. Right? Doing what you think is gonna make her like you. The more I give, the closer I get. But it's the more you give, the further I get.
Warning. If you are one that is easily triggered, click off now. These are cold facts, ugly truths in my opinion. You've been warned.
I had a speculum put in my asshole and it was filled with piss and cum, and I drank it through a long straw.
Some guy wanted me to like in his mouth. You know those old people toilets that they have in like nursing homes? He put his face in where the bowl was supposed to be.
I had a fan who, unfortunately, his mom passed. So he wanted me to pretend to be his mom. I love in my eyes, so I've done like a 10-guy blow bang, and I held my eyes open, and they all in my eyes.
And that doesn't burn?
Yeah, it burns, but I love it.
Oh.
I did like a 14-guy blow bang.
There's 14 guys and just you?
Yeah, but it was the best thing ever. I threw up like 8 times.
I had a bunch of Crayola markers in my pussy, and I pushed them all out.
I did a 50-guy pie gangbang.
Did you say 50 or 15?
50.
Moment of silence. This motherfucker world's going to hell in the handbasket. Do you hear me? And these ladies are confessing this on camera. When you hear the things you hear, when you see the things you see, how could you put your faith, how could you put your trust in someone, in a woman? You don't want to make the blanket statement, oh, they all like that, or they all like this, because they not. But you can't look at one and tell them apart just by looking at them. You can't tell them apart, bro. So you should just assume that they are one way until they prove otherwise. Right? Just as a stranger, you don't trust a stranger. You don't trust them until they prove otherwise, right? Somebody just can't walk up on you and be like, hey, can I come in your house? You can't just inherently, or you can't just automatically trust them to do the right thing, right? You can't trust them not to rob you because you have nothing to go off. You have nothing to base this relationship or base this interaction off of. You can only judge them off their word, or you can only take them on their word. And we all know my word ain't worth shit. Listening to this and hearing this, how could you put your trust? Explain to me how you could put your trust into this. Get in the comment section, let me know what it is. And then the more fucked up thing is, we have men that are enticing this behavior, ready and willing to pay absurd amounts of money for the most strange and obscene acts, unspeakable things they're asking these women to do. I'm telling you, man, the human race is fucked. The human race is strange. And I think they need to find a new world or a new planet to inhabit here shortly, because this is not fucking it. These guys pay so much money, they waste so much time, spend so much effort on these women, and they may be good to look at, and they may sell you this dream or this fantasy, but you know in your heart of hearts, you know deep down, and they know deep down, that you will never have a shot. You would never have a shot to be with them in a real wholesome relationship. They beat you for your cash. They whisper you sweet nothings. And then they go home to the boyfriend or husband, or they go out on a date with their friends, and their other friends that have the same thing happen to them. And they all get together or get in a group chat and talks amongst themselves and laugh at y'all bitch ass niggas. You bitch ass motherfuckers. They laugh right at y'all bitches. How y'all are so naive, how y'all are so stupid, how y'all are so gullible to let them sell you a dream. And maybe you're getting sold a dream. That's what you're paying for, the dream. And if that's what it is, do what you got to do. If any part of you even a little smidget of you thinks that this can go any further than this, interaction or this transaction, you were sadly mistaken, bro. Because you cannot expect to win over a woman by throwing cash at her. What they call it, love bombing, as we said before. The terms, the definition they have nowadays is insane, man. But you can't expect to win over a woman by love bombing them. There has to be a mutual affection or a mutual interest in each other, right? And they can't meet you through no subscription on OnlyFans. They can't meet you in the work environment, in the work life, in the strip club, right? They have to meet you in their everyday normal life, because they meet you in a work environment, they're gonna just view you as a client, and you're gonna be stuck in that bubble, that square, that zone, and you will forever be labeled that. You're never gonna get out of it. Right? Doing what you think is gonna make her like you. The more I give, the closer I get. But it's the more you give, the further I get out of reach. You know what I'm saying? So it's just best off just not even started. The best off to not even started. Like, these dudes paying subscriptions for women. Let me tell you something. You've seen one, you've seen them all, right? You've seen one, you've seen them all. There's nothing that makes this one different from that one. You get what I'm saying? There's nothing that makes this one different from that one. Get to a certain point where they're all the same, they all look alike. They have the same mentality, they have the same outlook on life. It's been said that the more they do the body augmentations, or the better they portray themselves, or the better they look to the eye, the more fucked up they are on the inside as an individual. They're worse off than just the normal average woman. You could just hear it. You can hear that these women are off. Well, because you can't do these things, these acts for money, and think this shit is cool, or this shit is okay, or this shit is normal, right? This shit is upset. It's insane, dude. Insane. And they're talking about I love it.
Yeah, it burns, but I love it.
Nah, like I said, I don't give a how many dudes a woman sleeps with. I don't care if she could have been the biggest slut in the 90s and the 80s and the 2000s. Every woman wants a family, right? They want a family, bro. And then the ones that don't, like I said, they got the ones that can just have sex with men without any, thought, rhyme, or reason, just as a profession. Those ladies are, just too far gone. They already operate on a whole different set of morals and ethics than the average woman anyway. So even if she knows what she's talking about, even if she has smarts or she has wisdom, you're just gonna want to disregard everything she says because of what she does for work, how she conducts her life. Like, lady, you couldn't have figured out another, you so smart, bitch. You couldn't have figured out another strategy, another plan, another way to make this shit pop off without doing that. But now you did that, and now it's ingrained in the internet forever. They don't give a fuck. You got that one, Mia Khalifa, and what's the other bitch name? I forget her name. They try to turn over a new leaf. It don't matter. You could become a nun. You can move to China and become a monk at this point. Shave your head bald and pray to spirits all day. Pray to the divine being. Who you were before will always be. It's immortalized on the internet at this point, right? You have to be very careful of what you do, how you say, and how you move bars in this world. Because some things you just can't come back from. And like I said, you always be able to find somebody, but you'll never be able to find another. But I don't know. But I do know one thing though. Make sure I dot your I's, cross your T's. It's your boy Alex. I'll catch y'all in the next one.